Nigerian Army troops have repelled armed bandits around the Fondisho General area along the Kaduna-Zaria Road. In an operational feedback to the Kaduna State government, it was revealed that the troops responded quickly to credible intelligence by setting up an ambush position at the location. The bandits sprung the ambush and came under intense fire as they were repelled by the troops, and 2 of the criminals were neutralized. Well, the Kaduna State government received the feedback with satisfaction and commended the troops for their swift response to intelligence reports.
Well, it's the latest in the series of victories that the government says it has recorded against a terrorist in recent weeks. Well, on Monday, the government said the worst is now over. Well, let's bring in Samuel Aruwan, the Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs in Kaduna State, which is one of the states most affected by insecurity in the country. Samuel, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the program. And of course, let's begin with the fact that the federal government, through its Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, just a fortnight ago, actually, barely 48 hours ago, did say that the worst when it concerns insecurity is over. And this is coming barely a month when the governor of your state, Nasir El-Rufai, did write to the president saying, you need to do more to battle insecurity in Kaduna State before these bandits and criminal elements form a parallel government in Kaduna State. So my question to you is, do you agree that the worst is over? Between then and now, has so much changed to actually get us to believe that the worst as it concerns insecurity in Nigeria is over?
Well, thank you for having me. First and foremost, I will want to say that the government of Kaduna State is not living in denial of the security challenges that we are battling with here. But in view of the feedback that we have been receiving, I am certain and we are convinced that with what we are witnessing presently, we are making an inroad in view of what we have experienced within the last 5 months. We are making inroad, and we believe that it's very important that the ongoing operation, the ongoing actions across the frontline locations should be sustained.
Right, it's quite interesting that you say that you're making inroads. Would like to know exactly in what areas, in what aspects are you making inroads? Like you referred to the first half of this year, according to records and records that you bear witness to, 645 persons have lost their lives in the first half of this year alone in Kaduna State. And if you look back at 2021, you had about 1,192 losing their lives. This issue of the worst is over. The question is, the situation in Kaduna State, does it really reflect the fact that the worst is over as far as insecurity is concerned? And what exactly are those inroads that you're making?
Well, for operational reasons and other considerations, I will not be able to speak out on some inroads that we are making. But that doesn't mean that I will not go into details in view of some inroads that we have made. One, let's look at Kaduna-Abuja road. Within the last 2 months, I can tell you confidently that we have not recorded an issue on that axis. Secondly, it may also interest you to know that within the Birnungwari general area, from Fadonrua to Kuyelo general area, and also the Kaduna Birnungwari road that straddle about 2 local government areas, we have been taking the battle to their hideouts, and many of them have been neutralized in the course of gone duel with the troops. Furthermore, the Nigerian Air Force, using their eye in the sky, has also done so much, in that regard. If you also look at the Southern Kaduna general area, the operation Safe Haven that is working in 5 local government areas in the Kaduna South Senatorial District has been doing very well. And you will quite agree with me that the Southern Kaduna general area has been a bit calm, And again, if you also look at the signage, we have unified operation that is going on, like I said earlier on. The Nigerian Air Force is complementing the ground troops. The special forces too are working assiduously. And today, we also report what happened along the Fondisho general area of Igabi local government, where these terrorists appeared on the road, and the troops were able to ambush them and neutralize 2 of them. And we are optimistic that many of them escaped.
I'm not sure you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Wounds,
Can you hear me, Mr. Commissioner? Let me just come in here on that issue of the leaked letter to, from the governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, to the president. In spite of these successes that you talk about, he still sent this letter crying out to the president and saying, look, terrorists have formed parallel governments. Not that they're planning to, but that they actually have planned, or they have parallel governments in Kaduna State. I'd like you to address that. And has there been any response from the president on this leaked letter from your governor? And what has that response been?
Well, what I want you to know is there is a constant communication between all governors of the Federation and the presidency. There is a constant communication between Kaduna State government and all the security agencies who are operating in the state. Most of these discussions are not discussions that should be in the open. But what I want you to know is the fact that we are not living in denial. I have said this. But it is very important when we notice a remarkable feat achieved by our military and other agencies, we should be able to say it. If you look at the challenges or the consequences of banditry, they have formed a threat to education, a threat to healthcare service delivery, a threat to food security, a threat to social cohesion, and a threat to rural economy. So looking at these consequences and the ongoing campaign, the ongoing onslaught against bandits and terrorists taking the battle to their hideout, I am telling you that we are making progress. It is very, very important that we rally round our troops. It is very important that we motivate our troops. Security issues are not issues that should be politicized. Security issues are issues that we should look at them from the prism of preserving our national security. These problems that we are facing are myriads of problems that have been underlined for a very long time unattended. You also have to look at the issue of insufficient manpower, the footprint of our security forces. I am just coming from Birningwadi and Igabi general area this evening, and I know what I'm talking about. Right. Birningwadi is over 6,000 square kilometers. So I will not go into controversy. Correspondence between Kaduna State government and the presidency are not a communication that should be in the public domain.
That is understandable.
We are communicating.
Right. Well, Samuel, that is understandable. And of course, we have to commend our armed forces because we're seeing all of the successes. But we cannot forget the fact that even that report that you had signed yourself personally, the first half of this year, over 600 lives were lost. State alone. But we need you to clarify.
Certainly.
Can you? We need you to clarify.
I have told you.
Samuel,
excuse me.
Samuel, what I need you to clarify for us: are you confirming to us tonight that things have gotten better as it concerns dealing with security in Kaduna State? And also, we need to get from you tonight the update when it concerns the 23 people still left in captivity. That's talking about those who were in that ill-fated Abuja to Kaduna train. Negotiations still ongoing, and confirm to us that, you know, security better now than before?
Yes, I can tell you that with what we are witnessing, we are making an inroad.
The other arm of the question was the situation with the
23 still in captivity.
Yes, those still in captivity. What's the situation now? What's the Kaduna State government doing to free them, if at all?
Well, you see, it is very important we consider the lives of our citizens who have been in captivity since 28th of March 2022. It is not a good situation. It is something that has been a problem to us. And I want to assure you that we are optimistic, and there are signs that by the special grace of God, they will regain their freedom. And we wouldn't want to say something here that will undermine efforts, you know, that are in place. What is important is we are concerned about this. It's not something that is good. It's not something that that we want. But unfortunately, this incident happened. There are a lot of lessons that we have learned from this unfortunate situation, and by the special grace of God, they will regain their freedom.
All right, thank you very much, Kaduna State Commissioner for Information, joining us tonight on Newsnight.